So almost everybody knows what an iPhone is, right? And even, many people also have an iPhone themselves. But how did Apple get the iPhone this far? How does everyone know? So the phone has changed many times, right? And it's revolutionized the phone, right? And it's innovated and changed how many phone companies are making their phone. So the the early years of the iPhone started off with a bang, right? And then after that, it just wanted to keep the train rolling. So the first iPhone was popularized the idea of the smartphone, right? A phone that could be a phone and do all the things a computer could. Uh, yeah. So they could take notes and go on the internet, but it could also call and text people. And it also was the first phone to have everything on the screen. So you could use the keyboard on the screen and put in the numbers for the phone on the screen. Well, most phones usually had the keypad on it. And then after that, they wanted to keep the train rolling. So for the next few phones, they upgraded the connectivity of the phone, the insides of it, so it would work better. And then they also upgraded the camera, so it would capture better quality pictures, and also added video to the camera. And then finally, they introduced the iPhone 4S, which stood for the S in 4S stood for Siri, and Siri was like an assistant, right? It could send text, take notes, make calls, and do a lot of stuff just by using your voice. And now many phones have the same idea, right? They have like Google and Samsung with the Bixby. And then after that, after the iPhone, they decided to innovate even more. They had a big bang of innovation. So from the iPhone 5 to the iPhone 8, they changed a lot of stuff. For the iPhone 5, they introduced Touch ID. So some phones already had Touch ID, but according to telegraph.co.uk, it was the first to have a capacitive sensor, which is more accurate. It would actually read the fingerprint. And now all phones have some sort of Touch ID in it. So, yeah. And then the iPhone 6 was really major because it was the first phone to have a plus size, according to iPhonelife.com. It was also the first phone to be aluminum, but this also created like a big controversy with something called Bendgate, where normal use of the phone, if you put it in your back pocket, it would bend and break the phone. But apparently they fixed it with the iPhone 6s. And according to Android Authority, the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6s were some of the best-selling phones that Apple ever put out. And then after that, they released the iPhone 7, which removed the headphone jack, which was another big controversy for them. Forbes says it's one of the most controversial phones to be ever released, right? Thousands were angry that they removed the headphone jack and replaced it with a dongle where you could connect your phone or your speakers in or something. The change was made to make the phone thinner, and yeah. So finally, now they're releasing a new phone, which is the iPhone X, which is very revolutionary. They removed the bottom of the phone, the home button, and replaced it with gesture-based things to get to the home screen or to remove the apps. And they also used a bezel-less design meaning the screen would go edge to edge, but they would have a notch at the top. And a lot of people don't like the notch, but it's all opinion. And they also created a face sensor, a face ID, which would read your face and unlock the phone if it was your face. Many phones are copying these ideas of the no bezels, no bezels with a notch on top and Face ID. So the iPhone has changed many times and revolutionized the phone industry many times. And knowing about the iPhone's past may help you appreciate the changes that from each iPhone to iPhone. The iPhone, a wildly popular phone, changes the phone industry not only for iPhone users but all phone users.